Hello everyone, welcome to UN College Digital Class. I am Manisha Manashwini Padhi, lecturer in the Department of MCom in Finance and Control. So here I am covering your marketing portion. Okay. So in my previous video lectures, I have already discussed a lot of things regarding marketing, introduction of marketing, concepts of marketing, marketing mix, the elements of marketing mix, that is product, price, place, promotion, etc., and market segmentation, market targeting, market positioning, etc. Okay. So in my today's video lecture, I will be discussing about a very important concept related to marketing, which is under the product mix, which is known as product life cycle. Okay, so we will be discussing product life cycle in detail. In my today's video, I will discuss the different stages of product life cycle, and in my next video, I will be discussing about the marketing strategies which should be adopted in every stage of product life cycle. Okay, so let us start with today's video lecture. So, before going into product life cycle, let us understand what do we mean by product. So, when I was discussing with you related to product mix, that is branding, packaging, labeling, etc., I have told you that a product can be any kind of good or any kind of services. Okay, so a product can be goods which are tangible in nature, which can be seen, which can be touched, which can be felt. Okay, and the product can also be services which are intangible in nature, which cannot be seen, cannot be touched. This can only be felt. So whenever we are thinking about a product, we have to understand that every product has its particular life cycle. Okay, so as the way every human being has a life cycle, human being get born, after that infant stage, kids stage, teenagers, adolescents, adults, then we become young people, then we become old people, we become senior citizen, etc. So this is how the life cycle of a human being goes. Okay, so similarly every product has also a specific life cycle. A product gets introduced in the market. After that, after the introduction stage, the product goes to the growth stage. After the growth stage, the product goes to the saturation stage or maturity stage, and once the product reaches to the maturity stage, it declines. The demand for the product declines. Okay, so every product has to go through these particular stages, but there is an exception. Always we know that everything has its exception. Similarly, product life cycle also has its exception. What is the exception? This product life cycle doesn't get applied to the inferior goods. What do we mean by inferior goods? Inferior goods are those goods which are used regularly, which are used daily by the consumers, like tea, sugar, salt, rice, dal, etc. So these product does not have any kind of product life cycle. Why? Because let us understand through an example. I have two members in my family and I need 1 kg of sugar every month. So this month I need 1 kg. Can I say next month I won't need any kind of sugar? I cannot say that. Na? Sugar is the basic need. Sugar is the inferior goods which every family, every person needs. So there is no kind of decline or maturity or growth stage. Obviously, so we cannot say that inferior goods have product life cycle. The similar thing goes with salt and tea, rice, dal, and daily consumable products which are used daily by the households. Okay, so this is the basic meaning of product life cycle. Let us understand briefly what do we mean by product life cycle and what are the stages which are included under product life cycle. So all products are believed to have a particular lifespan which is known as product life cycle. Each product goes through definite life stages like other living organisms do. The generation of an idea about development of a product is usually based upon extensive research. So all products are believed, every product are believed to have a particular lifespan of period, 5 year, 10 year, 15 years or 20 years, etc. So this span of period, this life period is known as the product life cycle. So every product goes through a particular life stages like other living organisms do. So we are living organisms, we have definite life stages, we go through definite life stages. Similarly, every product go through different life stages. Okay, so the generation of an idea about development of a product is usually based upon extensive research. So in order to find out the particular product life cycle, or in which stage of the life cycle the product is, we have to do extensive research so that we have idea about the stage of a particular product life cycle. So at the beginning, the product is well received by the customers for the value it serves, as there is a little or no competition in the market. Okay, so for example, in today's market, the product related to gymming related products are growing up in the market. So if I will be going into that particular market, I will receive some kind of competition, I will receive less competition, because there is not that much market players available for that particular segment. Okay, so a product when gets introduced in the market, it doesn't have that amount of competition or that number of competitors available in the market, so that is why that product does well. And after certain time, as the number of competitors goes up and the competition goes high, the demand for that particular product goes down. So this is the basic principle regarding product life cycle. So at the beginning, the product is well received by the customers for the value it serves, as there is little or no competition in the market. But as the sales grow and the product becomes successful, competitors start to emulate it. For example, if we think of 100 years before, so there was not that much competition, no sellers are available, only a few sellers are available, and the consumers were bound to purchase product from those sellers, because the consumer had no other option available with them. Okay, but as the sales used to grow and the product becomes successful, there are different competitors which evolved in the market, and the business grew up, and after that the consumer got a different substitute or different options available. If I am not satisfied with this seller, I will go to another seller. Okay, so the product life cycle at the stage of introduction does not face that much competitions from the market, because the whole market share is involved in within that particular product itself. Okay, but after the product gets established and the product gets successful, the competitors start to copy the business, competitors start to emulate the particular product. So eventually the demand for the product will decline and it finally ceases to exist. So if I am doing a business and I faced a lot of competitors, so I didn't cope up with my competitor, I didn't do any kind of alterations in my product, so there will be a time which will come, my product, one unit even of my product will not get sold. So after that my product demand will decline and it will finally cease to exist. Okay, so I have to withdraw that particular product. Okay, so there is a constant need to change a company's positioning and differentiation strategy due to continuous change in the product, market and competitors over the product life cycle. Okay, so what a seller has to do or what a manufacturer has to do, the manufacturer has to put a differentiation strategy, and it has to take some continuous change in the product, so that the product will be little bit altered and it can be consumed by the consumers. So from the above concept, it becomes clear that PLC, what is PLC? Product life cycle, essentially have the following features. First one is, each product has a definite or limited life. So obviously we understood that every product has its life cycle. It has a definite life or it has a limited life. So every product has distinct life stages in terms of its sales. Each stage confronts different challenges and opportunities. So if it is introduction stage or growth stage or maturity stage or decline stage, every product has its different challenges, every product has its different opportunities. Okay, so no two products are similar in nature. So during the different stages of PLC, there can be rise or fall in profits. Each stage of PLC requires different strategy of marketing, manufacturing, purchasing and financing to enhance the lifetime of a product cycle. So every product had different PLC, so every PLC requires different strategy for regarding marketing, manufacturing, purchasing and financing of the particular product. So this is the basic meaning of product life cycle and the features of product life cycle. So here you can see a diagram relating to the stages of product life cycle. So this is what we have to understand. We will discuss this one by one. So we are seeing in this diagram that in x axis there is time factor and in y axis there is sales factor, and every product life cycle has 4 stages included in it. First one is the introduction stage, second one is the growth stage, third one is the maturity stage, and fourth one is the decline stage. So every product has to go through these 4 life cycles, these 4 stages: introduction stage, growth stage, maturity stage and decline stage. So the concept of PLC embraces both product lines and brands. The traditional PLC is typically divided into 4 stages. I already told this to you. Introduction, which is otherwise known as emergence stage. Next one is growth stage. Next one is maturity stage, and last one is our decline stage. So we will discuss these stages one by one. So first one is our introduction stage or emergence stage. As the new product is introduced, the stage is known as first stage when the product emerges in the market. A company has to develop a market for the product and create awareness also about its availability and value to the customer. So in introduction stage, the product gets firstly introduced in the market and the product gets emerged in the market for the first time. So as the product is getting introduced for the first time, here the strategies which are to be adopted is aggressive promotional strategy. If we do not do promotional activities regarding our product, how will be the customers know about my product? Okay, so here the company has to develop a particular market for the product and create awareness for the product regarding in the minds of the customers, that is such kind of product is available in the market, so you should go and consume the new product. So this requires heavy expenses for the development as well as promotion of the product. So obviously, as we are starting a new thing, as we are growing into a new market and introducing our product, so this require heavy expenses for the development and the promotion of the particular product. So during initial stage, a company generally experiences slow sales growth and sometimes even losses are incurred too. So obviously, as we are introduced in the market for the first time, our sales growth will be very less, very slow sales growth will be there, and sometimes there will be situation where we can face losses also. Okay. So a company needs to watch carefully the pace of adoption of the product. Sometimes due to ill response by the consumers, a company is compelled to terminate the product also at this stage. So sometimes some products get very ill response, very bad response by the consumer. So because of these reasons, the company is compelled, the company is bound to terminate the product at this particular stage. So this is very rare in case. Every product gets successful after the introduction stage, but in order to be successful in the market, the producer has to keep patience and has to do different kind of marketing strategies so that the product can grow and can develop in the particular market. So that was our introduction stage, and next we will go to growth stage. So this stage of product refers to substantial enhancement in the revenue or profits. Growth period depicts rapid market acceptance in terms of faster sales and repeat purchases. So as we know that the word growth means development, so in this stage the products gets grown, gets developed, and the sales amount gets higher and faster. The product gets faster in terms of sales and repeat purchases. A loyal consumer base will be created, and each and every units of product will get sold. Our consumers will be loyal to us. We don't have to do that much kind of aggressive promotional activity because we have created our consumer base. Okay, so after introduction stage there comes growth stage. In introduction stage, if a product gets survived to through the introduction stage, then in growth stage this will be the product will get a lot of profit. Each and every unit of the product will get sold. Okay, so the companies create brand preferences and spend substantially to increase market share. So in growth stage, as the demand for the product increases, the product converts itself into a brand and spend substantially. So what do you mean by this? If I am going to purchase a branded product, so obviously I have made up this in my mind that I will spend more. Okay, so in order to provide the consumers with the quality products, the producer will also spend substantially in the raw materials, so that the consumers will get their quality products and will not switch over to other brands. So in order to meet rapid growth in demand, main focus is on production and marketing to satisfy large number of products. So as in growth stage, we will be seeing rapid growth in the demand of our products. So this is the very important duty for the manufacturer or the producer to satisfy all the consumers with the quantity and the quality of the product. We have to fulfill all the demand of our customers. If we do not fulfill the demand which is being demanded by the consumers, we won't be getting our consumer satisfaction level. Okay, so the consumers will be switching over to other brands, so our product can be retarded. Okay, so in order to be stable in the market, we have to meet the rapid growth in demand. Main focus is on production and marketing to satisfy large number of customers. We have to produce a lot of things and we have to market our things in order to satisfy the need of the customers. So that was our growth stage. Next comes our maturity stage. So this stage is indicated when sales are at their peak, resulting in a slowdown in their growth rate or stagnation. So the market becomes saturated because the product is bought by almost all the potential buyers. So maturity stage is otherwise known as stagnation stage, maturity or saturation stage. Here we see a growth in the sales of the product, but the growth rate becomes lower. The rate of growth, that means if in a month 1000 units of my products is getting sold in my growth period, but in maturity stage what will I see? That particular product will get sold, but the sales rate will be lower. The growth rate will be lower, will be less. Okay, so instead of 1000 units, only 750 units or 800 units will get sold. So in this case, the producer or the manufacturer has to understand that the maturity stage has been come and next stage is our decline stage. So we have to do alterations in our product in order to be stable in the market. If we do not do any kind of alterations or any kind of changes in our product, so my product will be vanished from the market. I won't be getting that much kind of consumer, because at the stage of maturity, almost all the potential buyers purchase that particular product. That is what written here, that the market becomes saturated. Why saturated? Why stagnated? Because the product is bought by almost all the potential buyers. So whoever were my potential buyers, potential consumers, almost all of them have bought my product. So there is a very little scope of growing up in the market. Okay, so this here the producer has to understand that the maturity stage has been arrived. As there is no further increase in level of sales, the future sales of the product depend largely on either increase in production or replacement of demand. Okay, so in the maturity stage, we won't see any increase in the level of sales. So the future sales of that particular product will obviously depend on the increase in the production level or the alteration of the product or replacement of the demand. We have to find out different alterations or different changes for that particular product, so that consumer will again get attracted towards our product. Otherwise, there are a lot of competitors available in the market who will capture my market. Okay, so the surviving companies at this stage have to compete hard for the market share. So as there are a lot of competitors available in the market, so if I am in a maturity stage or saturation stage, I have to fight a lot. I have to um, compete hard in order to survive in the market. Otherwise my product will get retarded and I also get vanished from the market. So the third phase of product life cycle is considered to be the most challenging. So this stage, that is the maturity stage, is most challenging as the customers begin to switch over their substitute. So as I told you, my product became successful in the growth stage and I developed a lot of competitors in the market. So in the maturity stage, if I do not do any kind of alterations in my product, so my consumers will not get attracted towards my product and they will switch over to the substitute who are my competitor. So even strong brands have to compete for market share through quality product, price cutting and discounts, advertising and sales promotion, etc. So there are different marketing strategies which should be adopted in the maturity stage. That is we can cut down the price, we can go for quality products, we can do price cutting, we can give different discounts, advertising, sales promotion, etc. So that even some part of consumers will be attracted towards our product. If I give buy one get one free, if I give buy two get 20% off, so these are different promotional techniques which can be adopted so that the consumers will be attracted towards my product in the saturation stage. Last one is our decline stage. So the decline stage of any product is generally beyond the control of any company. So every product has to go through the decline stage. So this stage is generally out of control of every company. So this sets in basically due to technological advancement, changes in the taste and preferences of the consumers, or increased substitutions by domestic or foreign companies. So the arrival of decline stage arises due to different reasons like technological advances, changes in the taste and preferences of the consumer, increase in the substitutions, availability of domestic and foreign companies. So here some examples are given. Computers have outstated the typewriters. Previously, when the computers were not available, people were using typewriters, but the typewriters got replaced by computers. Telegrams were replaced by emails. Landline telephones are gradually declining as cellular phones or mobile phones with better ways of satisfying the needs of the consumers are becoming popular. Okay, so these are certain examples: typewriters, telegrams, landline telephones, etc. So however, some companies still may stay in a declining market and wait for its revival. There are certain companies which wait for their revival and stay in the declining market, but there are so much companies which cannot cope up with the declining stage and gets retarded from the particular market. So they may continue to launch new product, withdrawing from smaller segments and reducing prices further. So there are different marketing strategies we can go through to fight with the decline stage. Okay, so there are 4 stages in the product life cycle I discussed: introduction, growth, maturity and decline. So I hope you have understood the video. So in my coming video I will be discussing the marketing strategies which are to be adopted in different stages. That is, in introduction stage what will be the strategies, in growth stage what will be the marketing strategies. Similarly we will discuss. So I hope you have understood the video, and if you didn't get something you can ask me in the comment box and I will clear your doubts. Thank you so much for watching.